After one day back to digging, this is what the physique looks like. The minor bloating has gone away and we're back at a new low body weight this morning. Man, look at the striations, even without a pump. Ain't no way, boy. That is some serious victim weight. But here's the kicker. I forgot that my phone has weight. When I've been filming, it's actually been adding on, meaning I've actually been lighter this whole time. Yet again, Matthew is sleep deprived. Bags are accumulating and I have no one to blame but myself. I got about 6 hours or so last night, which isn't bad at all. It's definitely a manageable amount to do on a semi-consistent basis, but this is on the condition that you're not deep in a deficit, prepping for a bodybuilding show while working two semi-physically demanding jobs. Yeah, this wasn't a good decision to start doing two different jobs, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. The difference in the amount of money I'm making between that and just doing one long shift in the middle of the day, it's not worth it. Definitely not. All areas of my life are starting to deteriorate pretty quickly, but there's always a benefit, right? Through these experiences, there's always something to learn. And in these past few days, I've learned the power of focus and keeping myself so busy that there's physically just no space or time in my day for bullshit habits and activities like scrolling, downloading Hinge, refreshing apps, and all of this stuff that just steals everything good about life. But yeah, I absolutely have nothing to complain about. I'm grateful for the grind, grateful for the growth, and it's been a learning experience. Yes, sleep has been going down, and this is not a season of my life to be sacrificing sleep just for a little bit of extra money. Now, if it was sacrificing sleep to be building my own business and, I had clients to service, impact to create, and I was sacrificing my sleep for that, hey, that is a worthy trade in my books, but not for this freaking slave labor, especially when working one long shift in the middle of the day will be more than enough money in the time being while I'm still prepping for my show, which is the number one priority, right? My physique needs to be the number one focus. And in these past few days, I've been frantically rushing around, trying to do these jobs, film these videos for you. Not that I'm not enjoying it. Obviously, I'm doing this for me as well. But yeah, the gym has just been like a rush to get through. I'm definitely 100% gonna start going training first thing in the morning, get it ticked off. Plus, it's when I can put in the most of my focus and energy. That's what I found. My favorite gym sessions always come in the early morning. If I can get to the gym before 5 a.m., it's magnificent. But anyway, it's time to have my delicious breakfast of 7 eggs, some berries, and a little bit of cucumbers just to fill out the volume. And then, no caffeine, gonna charge on with my sleep-deprived day. Take care of yourself, brother, and I'll see you at the gym later. First round of the day has been completed. And I'll be honest with you, bro, the juice just isn't flowing. But that's okay. I did this to myself. I have to keep reminding myself I chose to work these 2 jobs. And been sleep deprived before, I'll be sleep deprived again at some point in my life. It happens. We just got to deal with it as it comes and accept it. For the rest of this week until the end of it, it's going to be grind mode. Working these 2 jobs simply because I committed to it. I don't need to, but it doesn't ever hurt to push your capacity, especially when you don't feel like it. And boy, believe me today, I don't feel like it. I kept my promise to myself. I did not caffeinate myself at all throughout this round, despite multiple temptations. But after doing a deep dive into my psyche, I have decided to do this next round now, immediately after the first one, before the gym, and keep the gym as like a little reward in the evening, something to look forward to. Even though I don't feel like it, I know that after the gym, I'm going to feel good again. But lately, the gym hasn't been that enjoyable simply because I had to rush for it, being like, oh, I have to hurry, I've got the next job coming up soon. And that wasn't the experience that I wanted. But starting next week, it's going to be different. Gym first thing in the morning, just like old times, just like the way it's meant to be. But anyway, I'm going to go load up, scan my parcels, and have my meal after that. I'll catch up with you very shortly. Parcels have been loaded, and this time the meal is very simple. Usually I have this as my last meal, chicken, mushrooms and veggies, but this time, because we're having the workout afterwards, we're going to keep the post-workout meal the same. Man. Boom! Absolutely smashed this route. Feeling reinvigorated, re-energized, couldn't be more excited to smash a back and tricep session, which just goes to show you that don't give up on your day just because it starts rough and it might be going rough. You can still make a comeback. Don't wait till Monday. Don't wait until freaking New Year. Don't wait until tomorrow to start getting back into the flow state, to start moving with speed and momentum. All it took. This isn't part of my programmed routine, but I just had to test out some weighted pull-ups because I'm so much lighter than I was before and I'm just flying up. So I put on 40 kilos and took it for a ride, and obviously hit a new PR by quite a significant margin. Like I say, this wasn't part of the programmed routine, but I just wanted to see where I'm at, and I'm quite happy with the results. Going to be really fun to rebuild from here once I start gaining mass again. Next up, this was the exercise that was actually planned to open the workout with, and because I spent quite a long time warming up for the pull-ups and cranking them out, I saved some time by not resting at all, apart from to strip the weight back a little bit and essentially just bang these out back to back to back. Sort of like a triple drop set. So obviously I've sped up this footage because it's boring as hell to watch this exercise. And yes, I'm doing it one arm at a time so I can lean into the reps and get a really, really deep stretch on the lats, which feels just nuts. Literally as though the lats are going to tear off the bone. You see these science nerds doing this on the cables with really light weight, with some really, really, really nerdy form. But this is a weight you should lift for a moderate rep range, and don't be afraid to add some heave and hoe at the end just to get those last few reps in. Next is the pendlay row with a twist. The plates are not touching the ground, meaning that it's floating and giving me a constant tension stretch. Obviously, because I'm all the way bent over, I'm going to use a fraction of the weight, but that's a good thing because it means that my grip isn't going to be the limiting factor. I do 2 sets of these with 2 minutes rest in between. And next, because it's back and triceps, we have the first tricep exercise, which is the push down on an inclined bench. And yeah, I know, you've seen all of the nerdy science bros do this, but they're onto something. This feels insane. Exactly like your triceps are meant to work, in the perfect angle with the perfect strength curve. This is so much more grindable than the standing push down, simply because you're a lot more stable, but you can see the look on my face. You can go all out. The next exercise is the classic seated cable row with a close grip. And there are 2 ways of doing this. You can lean all the way over at the bottom of each rep, which is preferable to do with a slightly wider grip so that you can get more of an upper back stretch. But for this, I'm trying to primarily work my lats. And to do this, I'm not leaning all the way forwards, and I'm really emphasizing the tuck of the elbows on the way to the top of each rep. And obviously, this is another grindable exercise. Plus, it's super, super safe to go beyond failure, which is what I'm doing here. I finished with the clean reps. It's time to bang out some sloppy toppy. And then when I can't even do that, you can still do a few little Kelso shrugs. I do 3 sets of that, and then it's on to the tricep skull crusher / JM press. I'm still not sure about which exercise this resembles more. I'm bringing the bar down right to my eyes, so I suppose in the most classical sense of the name, it is a skull crusher. But the way my elbows are moving feels more like a JM press. However, I don't want to overcomplicate it. I'm literally just mashing my triceps. And I do this after my tricep pushdowns so that my elbows are nice and warm and my triceps are pre-fatigued so that I don't get any elbow tendonitis, which tends to happen for me on this movement. And then we have a couple sets of the chest-supported dumbbell row. Now, I'm really, really not used to doing this much volume for my back in one session. Usually, it's just 2 sets of pull-ups, 2 sets of some kind of row, and maybe some pullovers. And let me tell you, I've been missing out because the back can truly, truly take a punishment, and you're going to see that it's paying off. There's absolutely nothing more to say. This is a banger of an exercise. We finish up the session with some abs. And I'll be honest with you, I really wanted to skip this portion because I want to go home, get an early night tonight, but we don't skip. We don't skip training, and we don't skip portions of the session round here, boy. And let me tell you, this is an important exercise not to skip, especially when you do them with a back support like this, because if you see at the bottom, my abs are stretching beyond belief. It feels absolutely ridiculous. And again, because of the strength curve, this is an exercise that you can just crank out partials at the bottom. I do 4 sets of this with only 1 minute of rest in between. That's it for the training. Now it's time to show the bros what I'm working with. Very, very satisfied with the pump and just the definition I'm getting across the upper back, the lats. Although I will say I'm very unhappy with the upper traps, but it's to be expected. I haven't done heavy deadlifts in a long time. I don't do shrugs. Obviously, this area is going to be lagging. But don't worry, we're going to change that very soon. And now it's time to enjoy my post-workout meal and actually feel the most rewarded while eating this, because I don't have any work to go to after this. I can literally just go home and freaking go to sleep. Man, it's going to be delicious. We have, obviously, I'm coming in with the quinoa and rice and my bottle of fruits that's frozen. I love frozen fruits these days. I don't know what it is about them, but I won't lie to you. I think I'm starting to enjoy them more than fresh fruits. I know that might make me a bit tapped in the head, but there's something about the crispity crunch and the way you can enjoy them more slowly that I just love. But anyway, I keep this in a thermal jug to preserve the cold a little, but it has been all day, so it has probably turned into mush by now. But I've been saving this up for this moment and I can't freaking wait. Either way, let me summarize the day very briefly. I can't lie, it was a rough start. I was exhausted. I was a bit of a grumpy gloom. I started the morning with a lot more chaos and frantic energy because I didn't prepare the night before. I didn't cook my meals, even though it wouldn't have taken that long, because I was just so knackered. I just wanted to go straight to bed, to be honest with you. But I'm going to learn from that tonight, because as soon as I'm finished this food, I'm going to go home, prepare more food, and then just clonk right out. But anyway, the first delivery job of the day was, it was a decent route. It was very nice scenery, but nonetheless, I was an irritable. Literally every single minor inconvenience and annoyance I responded to vigorously in my head, but yet again I didn't allow this energy to escape into the world, because who needs that negativity? However, it's so helpful to remember just to come back, deep breath in, Zen mode. You're okay. So much to be grateful for. There's so much to be grateful for. And I turned it around. I was having a rough day and managed to flick a switch, and the next delivery job of the day was just bang, 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 fed into positive momentum and ended the day with a high. Incredible gym session. Little bit wired, meaning probably gonna have to wait a little bit to go to bed, but to be honest, by the time I'm done cooking, I'll probably be so exhausted that I'll just knock right out. But either way, I'll let you know in the morning how I sleep, because this week the theme will be sleep deprivation, and I've just accepted it is what it is. Because I'm doing these 2 jobs, I'm gonna stop after this week to really go all the way into this contest prep. I'm gonna drop it down to 1 larger job throughout the day next week, make less money, a little bit less money, but save so much more time and mental energy and fatigue. I'll see you in the morning, brother.